The 2K26 news cycle is fully underway, and we're less than 3 weeks away from the early access drop of 2K26. But most people who are going to be in the community, meaning the casual fan base, does not have a full understanding of what's coming in 2K26 because realistically, they're at work or just not paying attention to the news. So I've decided to make a video dedicated to the casual fan base with the most important information about 2K26 so you cannot be lagging behind, so you can make the best build and know exactly what to expect from the game the day it comes out, because I know how frustrating it is trying to be a casual and having all of the tryhards know every inch about the game when you are just trying to figure everything out. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the most important things to know about 2K26 so far. We're just going to start with the changes to the builder. It's pretty much the same. It's been proven to be about the same. Of course, some requirements are a little bit different, but the biggest change is that you can pick specialties with your build to have. Like you can pick a shooting specialty, a defensive specialty, a playmaking specialty. However, when you do that, there are minor challenges that you have to complete in order to unlock certain cap breakers and upgrades. There are also minimum requirements for you to be in that specialty. So you can pick the specialty, but you'll have to upgrade certain attributes to a certain point to remain in that specialty. Also, with cap breakers, now cap breakers are not automatically a +1. So if you're not proficient in a certain category, like say you have like a 25 standing dunk, you can put a cap breaker on and it'll give you like a +15. I've seen the highest I've seen is a +15 or a +12. So you can become pretty decent. You're not gonna be elite in the category, but you can become pretty decent in certain categories that you're not very proficient in, which is going to give your build a lot more life. It's going to make it a lot more fun. It's going to help you change up your play style over and over again, which I believe is very, very good for the game. I also think that's very cost proficient because you don't have to make an entirely new build just to change up your play style, the way you play. However, there are build specializations, like I said, like shooting, defense, and everything, and you have to complete certain challenges like make 500 threes and you'll unlock a cap breaker. And in order to apply that cap breaker, you have to apply it to your specialty position that you earned it in. So you can't earn a shooting cap breaker and put it on defense. You have to put it on shooting, or you can put it on your physical attributes and make yourself have a higher vertical or something like that. So you can't just completely break the game and have a pure shooter and put all your cap breakers on your defense to make him absolutely elite, unless you have a defensive specialty as well and you meet your defensive requirements. Even if you have a shooting and defensive specialty, you have to meet the defensive specialty requirements to unlock a defensive cap breaker to actually upgrade your defense. However, doing these challenges can also be done in single player mode. So if you want to just get cap breakers in My Career or things like that, you also have that option. So you're not limited to playing online all the time. If you're a My Career guy, or if you're just a guy who likes to play by yourself, you can also unlock these things in single player modes. There are different levels of Rebirth this year, from Silver to Legend. Once you unlock Legend Rebirth, you're going to be able to make builds and their Legend badges are going to be upgraded already. However, in order to get that, you have to make about 4 builds that reach 95 overall. Now for a regular player, that pretty much means that your 5th build will be the build that you use Legend Rebirth on. However, for a casual player who probably wants to have 1, maybe 2 builds, it's probably not something that's very proficient or achievable unless they do it like they did it recently, whereas though when you upgrade one player to 95, you can just make a new player that can go to 95. It's still not very cost proficient, but it's less time consuming. The biggest updates this year are going to be to offense though, and there's a lot to unpack here, a lot of important information, so stay with me. The biggest thing is that the layup meter, of course you can turn the meter off visually, but you have to green layups in order to make them this year. There is no RNG in the game this year. Even on free throws, on all-star difficulty and up, meaning any multiplayer modes, you have to green your free throws in order to make them. They are taking RNG out of the game and turning the game into a competitive game. However, something that will probably make shooting easier is that this year you have a pure green window. It might not be huge, but there's a pure green window, meaning as long as you can time your shot the same way every time this year, you're going to make it every single time. And And an even bigger development is that height does not change your green window. The next thing is going to be the quick catch and shoot. The quick catch and shoot is going to be an absurd quality of life upgrade. And it's basically that you catch the ball, you don't dip, you just shoot the ball really fast. And the best thing about it is that the pure green window is the same. Your jump shot timing does not change for quick catch and shoots. And the final thing to talk about really is about the motion styles. The motion styles is something that's probably overlooked by a lot of casual players. But for those who did know, like Pascal Siakam was the best motion style for bigs. This year, they're putting height cap breakers on the motion style, so you can't be 7'3" probably with the best motion style for bigs and everything. So they are reworking that just to make it more balanced. And this year, defensively, a lot of things are pretty much the same. The biggest thing is going to be with steal logic. They've pretty much eliminated bump steals. They said there's going to be no bump steals in the game. I'm pretty sure there's still going to be some. And steals are going to be a lot more dependent upon your ratings, which I think is a big thing. So if you have like a higher steal rating than their ball handling, you're more than likely going to get on-ball steal. On-ball steals will probably be overpowered starting the season, but if it is, please just let it ride out, because at the end of the day, we always complain and then completely ruin defense for the year because we think something is overpowered or we think a rating is supposed to do something. People with a 75 ball handle will say a 90 steal is not supposed to steal the ball more often than not. There should be some balance to it. If you have a 90 steal and a 90 ball handle, it should be balanced. I don't think it should be 50-50, but 50-50 would be fair. Right now, I'm going to leave an overview of everything that I said so far. So you have a friend who might want to know everything that's going on but doesn't have the time to watch the entire video, just refer them to this part right here. I'm also going to add in the requirements for each dunk package that you can get this year. And to close it out, if you made it this far, I'm just going to add the list of all of the badges that are going to be in 2K26. That's about it for the most relevant information that we have so far. I'll be sure to drop a video for anything new that comes out that's relevant to the casual gamer. If you want to keep up with those updates leading into 2K26, if you appreciate the video and just want to show love, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, show some love, do something, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.